Minister, Stormont up and running again. In your words, it's been painstaking work to get the Northern Ireland Assembly back on track. It's a big achievement. But do you also acknowledge what Michelle O'Neill said yesterday, that there will be a border poll on the reunification of Ireland within the decade?
Well, I had very constructive meetings this morning with the executive, political leaders across Stormont, and it's a historic and important day for the country because Northern Ireland's politicians are back in charge, making decisions on behalf of their people, which is exactly how it should be. Now, our new deal gives them more funding and more powers than they've ever had so that they can deliver for families and businesses across Northern Ireland. And that's what everyone's priority is now. It's not constitutional change. It's delivering on the day-to-day things that matter to people. That's why I'm here visiting this school at Glencraig Integrated Primary School, because the children here are the future. And because of the progress that we've made in the last few days, that future is undeniably brighter.
And just a quick follow-up on that, Michelle O'Neill presumably also said to you quite clearly this morning that they need more funding, that the £3.3 billion package, while welcome, isn't enough. What was your response to her?
I had very constructive meetings today with all political leaders in Stormont and the new executive. And the funding package that we put on the table before Christmas, I think has been widely recognised as being significant and generous, £3.3 billion, a focus on long-term sustainability, ensuring that Northern Ireland has the funding it needs, not just for today to deal with the immediate challenges, but is on a path towards being able to provide high-quality public services into the future, because that's what we want, brighter future for the children that I've been spending time with at this school here this morning. And I'm really pleased because the progress we've made, the executive back up and running, everyone has been waiting for this moment, and it's a significant progress for everyone's part.
That sounds like no more money at the moment. Can I move on to Azidi, if I may? It's been reported that many asylum seekers have become Christians in order to get baptised to secure leave to remain in the UK. Does this need to be changed?
Look, I've been very clear that when it comes to illegal migrants, we need to have a system where that someone who comes here illegally should not be able to stay. That means they need to be removed either to their own country when it's safe, as we've been doing with thousands of people entering illegally from Albania successfully, or an alternative where that isn't possible. That's why the Rwanda scheme is so important, and that's why I'm determined to get it through Parliament, get it up and running, because when we can have that deterrent working, people coming here illegally, not able to stay, that's how long-term we'll be able to grip this problem.
But is this a loophole that we need to look at, that you as a government need to look at?
Look, more generally, I've tightened up the system every which way I can, but fundamentally this is just about fairness. People coming here illegally at that point shouldn't be able to stay. Regardless of what's happening after that, if you come here illegally, my view is you should not be able to stay. You must be able to be returned to either your own home country or a safe alternative like Rwanda, and it just demonstrates why the Rwanda scheme is so important. I'm determined to get it through Parliament and up and running.
OK, Prime Minister, Brianna Gay's mother is calling for children under 16 to have child-safe phones without access to certain social media apps. As a father, do you agree with her? And as a politician, is it a viable policy?
First thing to say is my thoughts are with Rihanna's family. I mean, unspeakable, awful act, and all our thoughts will be with them. And obviously you can't change the past, but hopefully the recent sentencing, provides some sense of justice. I think the other thing to say is actually how Brianna's mother has responded in the face of this tragedy with empathy and compassion, I think is quite frankly extraordinary. And it is just a mark of her and an enormous amount of humanity in the face of something that is the worst of humanity, that she has done that, and I think she deserves enormous praise for that. Now, look, as a parent, I also, I'm always worried about social media and what my young girls are exposed to. That's why I'm pleased that we have passed the Online Safety Act over the last year, and that means that the regulator now has tough new powers to control what is exposed to children online, and if the big social media companies don't comply with that, the regulator is able to levy very significant fines on them, and the priority now is making sure that that new act is up and running and working and making a difference.
OK, Prime Minister, final question. When we come to the Yemen and Houthi airstrikes, the situation has escalated, hasn't it? How does it end, and do you rule out UK involvement in any broader airstrikes beyond Yemen and the Houthi situation?
So since the last set of strikes, we've seen the Houthis continue unacceptably and illegally attacking and targeting vessels, including British-linked vessels. That's not right. I was clear previously that if that happened, we would act in self-defence, and that's what we've done on this occasion. Again, importantly, with our allies, taking action proportionate and limited. Our overall aim is to de-escalate tensions in the region, to see a restoration of security and stability. Diplomatically, we will work towards that goal. But obviously, if we do face the risk of innocent life and British lives and interests are threatened, we will respond. That's the right thing to do.
Okay.